up? I'm not doing too long of a intro with me like getting ready and shit for the day this time. We're just gonna go straight into it. I just got a bunch of paint, and by a bunch of paint I mean like 7 cans, and I have like some shit left over. So I'm gonna go paint a wall. Nice. There's a wall downtown where I'm allowed to paint and the cops can't bother me because I know the guy who owns the building. So I go there and I paint a lot of the time whenever I want to have my stuff like seen by people on the street. And this is one of those days. They knocked part of the building down, so there's like this exposed wall that I painted on a little bit at the beginning of the year, but I kind of just want to paint something cooler because I was in like my emotional phase, feeling all weird and painting some sad shit. So now I'm gonna paint some cool shit because that's how we're feeling today. Just kidding, I'm actually not feeling super rad today. Today I'm feeling kind of like crap. So the way I usually try to combat that is I just go out and I paint. So I'm gonna try to paint something cool, and I'm try to paint something big and get it all out of my system. Okay, so I got to the spot, I moved some pieces of concrete and this whole thing just like fell over. So I need to pick it back up before whoever owns it gets mad at me. All right, well, I've still got some daylight. I'm gonna hit this wall. I just moved that basketball hoop. It almost like fell and crushed me. I didn't realize it had like no weight in it, like in the bottom. It was just fucking willy-nilly weighed down by these pieces of concrete, and I just was a dummy and I pulled them up. So as you can probably see, what I'm doing here is I'm using the cheapest paint possible to create enough like dusty layers to cover up a lot of this like wall texture, and also to create like the illusion of like a mid-tone, I guess, or to actually create a mid-tone. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about, but I do know that if you kind of dust it like so, you can get a whole bunch of variations in color with the different colors you're using. In my case, it's become kind of part of how I make the art, especially when I'm painting on the street, because I'm doing this kind of for myself, and it's also an exercise in like limiting myself and working with what I have. So what I've got is 7 cans of paint plus like a spare white, kind of like gray, white, off-white color that I'm gonna use if things get tough. But it's a slightly nicer paint than this, so hopefully once I've created enough layers and we've got all these like variations in white and black and gray, I can hit it with that can of nicer paint and it'll create like actual stark highlights. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens with all this shit, because I'm starting to run out of paint already. Let me see what I can do with just a can of black. I'm gonna try to fix this little bit right here before I go too much further. I always do this. I always hook up one side of the skull depending on what angle the face is looking at. So helps to just take a step back the whole time and just make sure I'm getting it right. And thankfully, because I can paint at this spot, I have the luxury of being able to do that. So I'm gonna try to make this as good as I can with as little as possible. That's looking better. That's looking really rough. I don't know what I was thinking when I was here last painting with fucking pink and red, but here I am trying to cover it up with like some thin ass paint. So it's all good. It'll work out. It's gonna look cool. I kind of already know what it's gonna look like. While I still have some white in this can, I'm gonna try to hit like some very loose highlights to give the implication of chainmail. We'll see. Step back and this looks like shit, then well, I just used white paint that I needed. So hopefully it doesn't look bad. I don't think it's going to. Okay. Yeah, I've only got like a little bit left in this, and then I've got a little bit in this, and I'm trying to save this for later. Hold on to that shit. This needs a lot of work. I wanted to do the whole wall. I wanted to like get the whole thing done. So we'll see. I actually might need to go back to the hardware store and get some more paint, but I'll need to figure out how to get the money for it. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking about how I just used a bunch of white to try to cover that up, but no, what am I going to do about it? Try to dust some more white in here. Bring the highlighted area back up to a lighter tone. The trick I've kind of figured out, and I mean, you know, I'm no fucking genius edge of your white, and you want to have the black have a sharp edge as well, and then you want to have it fade into what should be right here, like a lighter tone of white. And then it'll give the like illusion of like shape. So I'm gonna try to do that to all those little shadows. As expected, I just ran out of white. I knew I should have got the 8th can. I thought I was gonna save myself some money. I thought I could do it. I thought I could pull it off. I always do that. And then I get to the spot, and what I want to paint is just like, it's just a lot bigger than what I have available to use. So I'm gonna have to bust out the nice paint. I didn't want to, but here we go. It does look really good. If I had a sponsorship, I'd be balling. I'd have so much fucking white paint. But this will help, especially when it comes to like bringing some of these brighter highlights out to a white, that's why I brought it. So I'm gonna use it while I'm here, and who knows? I'm thinking I actually am gonna go back to the hardware store and get more paint so that I can do this right. Just check how much money I got in my wallet and take a little bit of a break, maybe get some food, and then also try to score some paint. Maybe the other way around. I'll score some food and buy some paint depending on what's available. I'm gonna tighten this up. Well, it ain't perfect, but it's getting there. Try to work with what I got every day in life and in art. Just work with what I got. It's really tough because I spend a lot of time thinking and being like, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. Oh, it'd be so easy if I had this. But every day you just gotta work with what you got. While I'm at it, I'm gonna clean up here too. Some of these older colors are poking through. That, I gotta figure out what to do with that. That's why I need to get more paint. I need to do like a little background. I'm thinking I might maybe do like a castle or some cool shit. Trying to be sparing with the black paint because I've only got like 3 cans, like 2.5 cans. But some of this shit needs tightened up. And the only way to do it is to hit it with a darker color. Alright, I think I got everything. It's the next day, as you just saw like a couple seconds ago. I just went and got some new paint. I'm gonna try to prime the majority of the wall, or like the rest of it, with some better paint that I got, like some striping paint for the ground. And then I'm gonna go from there. I might try to use the black that I do have as like some line work and then kind of build it up. But I'm trying to avoid a ton of line work, you know? It is a painting after all. Bag is completely loaded up. Can't really, well, yeah. Double water in one pocket, high fructose corn syrup, caffeine in the other pocket. All right, day 2. Let's get it. That's on the other side of this wall that I'm painting just came out and was like, what are you doing back here? You're not supposed to be back here. And I had to walk up and be like, oh, I know the guy who owns the building. I had to like name a couple names and like explain myself. And then I was like, you know, sorry to bother you, I'm just here doing another mural. But it's all good. It ended up going okay. Shook hands. I almost asked him if I could borrow a ladder, but I didn't want to go too far. So, well, I'm just painting a picture. Huh? Okay, well, I'm not the only person, you know, painting. Okay. Have a nice day. Damn, that lady's like, can I ask you a question? She's like, that looks like some Illuminati shit to me. And I was just like, huh? What's that? And she just walked away. And she asked this other person that's like on the other side of the street watching me paint, and I just like shrugged at him, and he was like, nah. If I could just get back to fucking painting, that'd be fucking awesome. That's what I came here to do. Okay. I'm out of breath. Having to move the cinder blocks around the whole time is like kind of annoying. I should have asked him for a ladder, but I'm gonna try to get like the blade of the sword there, fill up that spot right there. I might put my signature in that little circle. That is teetering underneath me. I'm trying to fix this. Shit. I'm trying to fix this. Oh fuck. I'm gonna fix this edge of the blade here. Okay, I am just loosely sketching in like the castle wall. I kind of had to stop recording. I was getting hassled, and then other people were coming up and just like talking to me and getting just like overwhelmed a little bit, so I just like stopped recording. But I'm working on it. It's gonna be kind of three-dimensional when I get it all figured out, but I just have to kind of loosely spray in the stuff. I was thinking as I started, I was like, damn, I could have just like gone with the lines, but I don't know, whatever. I make my own lines in art and in life. I just make my own path. So that's what we're gonna do today. All right, fill this shit in with what's left of this can. Well, that's it. 1/4 of a mile, apparently. Gotta hold it like upside down to get the best blast out of it, but it's been great. It's way better than yesterday. It's coming together. Having a good time. It's not too cold out today. I'm trying to look at the positives. I'm trying to use the rest of this paint. Yesterday I was in kind of a shitty mood, but today, you know, besides being hassled and all this stuff, it's actually not too bad. And I'm really pushing it with this can. There's not much left in this shit. But I'm trying to get my $13 and whatever change worth out of this bad boy. Paint is not cheap. Paint is not cheap. done all the groundwork, or most of it, for like the stone wall. I need to go in now with this smaller can and like a finer tip and like try to like, I guess, clean up this like huge fucking mess it looks like. I've been able to be all like crazy and flinging paint around for like the majority of trying to cover up the surface area, but it only works for so long. You gotta start tightening things up. I mean, I guess unless you want your shit to look super like light and fluffy and misty and whatever, soft, but I'm trying to get a mix of that, so I need to climb up this fucking thing before I fucking fall on my face. Okay, I had to delete a bunch of shit and figure out like some storage stuff on my phone, but that's what we're looking at. I haven't run out of paint, but I am running out of daylight, so I need to get that whole area sorted out. I need to paint a dragon, probably, because, you know, to go with the theme, fuck it. I might do a dragon, some kind of lizard monster maybe. I don't know. I'm on like a reptile lizard drawing painting kick. I just fucking love it. This is very quickly turning into possibly a 3-day project. I was really trying to do it in 2, but now I'm running out of black. I should have bought another can of black paint, but I thought maybe I could pull it off. I know I have to fill in all that area, and I know that I can't do it with what's left in the 1 can I have. I have enough maybe to finish the lizard guy. But that whole area, I need to do something. I brought a can of red, but I don't know if I want to use it just because there's not a lot, and I don't want to commit to a color that I don't have a lot of. So we're in sort of a pickle, but I always figure it out. And I got to do highlights on that sword blade, but it's getting there. We're getting close. I haven't fallen off the cinder blocks yet. I am running almost out of daylight, and I'm also running out of black paint. This is probably going to end up being like a 3-day thing. I thought it was just going to be an afternoon. Now it's 2 days, and now I'm going to be on a 3rd day, and it's getting there. The like monster guy is getting there, but he needs, or they actually I should say, need a lot of work. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to that today, honestly. But I mean, I'm almost there, covering up the wall, and I could probably like fudge it and call it done somehow, but I don't want to cop out like that. I don't know. We're gonna see what's up. I think I might have found the solution. Let's get some red up in here. Try to get some red up in this corner here to kind of balance out the image. But I think I'm done. The goal was to do it in 1 day. Got it done in 2 days, you know. That seems to be a trend. I think my eyes are just bigger than my ability, but I believe in myself. Fuck it. That's why I try to go hard. Yep, just about done. Mixing in some red. Ran out of black, but I think it's gonna work. Almost stepped on an exposed nail. So we got some red up there. Red background. Should I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Get some red eyes. That'll look sick. I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna pack up all my shit. Peace. So it's the third day. I worked on it. I almost tried to call it done, and then I went home and I really thought about it, and I was like, it's not done. May this be the last paint that I buy out of money that I really don't have, so that I can paint this thing. Finally kind of figured this can out. You hold it like a big ass marker and you just go and you just keep doing it, and then it's just like bam, bam, and bam, and before you know it, you got scales that look like they make sense. I gotta get up here and get this one. That's so sick. I wish these cans were like $13. That's the not sick part. A lot of blending. And I'm trying not to overdo it with the harsh black lines, because I don't want it to take away from all the blending, but I do need kind of a definitive line going on, at least on the edge of this guy, just because there's so much texture on the walls. I really need to like make it clear that he is in front and the stuff is in the background. Helps to have just a little bit of heavy black, especially here where it's like mostly black, because then it really like will pronounce some of these details. I gotta go back in with some white now. It's just a game of layers and knowing when to pull back on the layers and when to add more. I'm still not like perfect at it by any means, but I'm getting better every day that I do it. That's what it's all about. Earlier in the video, this was like a sharp line. Now that I've done a whole bunch of fucking dusting and layering and relayering, I gotta kind of clean it up. So I'm gonna do a little bit of black. Then I'm gonna take white, and I'm just gonna try to cut it in right here. Step back, hell of a lot sharper, looks way better. Something else that's been bothering me right here are the teeth and how they like just get tucked behind the tongue, because I wasn't really thinking about how stuff works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build up some shadow really quick, like so. And then I'm gonna cut in again with the white and sort of extend the teeth over. And that looks better. Just gonna fix it here now with just be super light. Try not to get, like put way too much black and then overpower what I just did. And that does look better. All right, we're getting there. Time to finish up that lizard dude, make him look normal. There it is. It's all done. That's what it looks like. See ya.